What's up guys, Dustin Paints. In this video, I'm going to show you how to paint pearl white and get a perfect finish. We've got our panels all cleaned, as you can see behind me. Now the difference between a pearl white and a regular paint job is a pearl white, you'll spray your white base coat and then you'll have to go over top of that with your pearl. They call it a tri-coat. A regular color like a silver metallic or a blue that's got some metallic or pearl in it, the metallic and the pearl are in the color itself, so you don't have to do this two-step process of a base and then your pearl. So I got my sealer in my gun here. I'm gonna tack these parts off and we're gonna start spraying. You want to start by spraying down a white sealer. This is going to ensure that you get good coverage with your white base coat. You always want to start by tacking off your panels before you paint them to get any little dust and trash off of them before you spray your sealer. Okay, we've got it all tacked off now. As you can see, I've got my Iwata LPH 400. I really like this gun for sealer. We've got it set to about 22 PSI. And whenever you're spraying your sealer, you want to do like a 70% overlap of paint. And I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, we're done spraying our sealer. Remember, we did a 70% overlap while spraying our sealer. You want to make sure it's wet, but you don't want to run it. Now that we're done, we're going to wait 10 to 15 minutes until this flashes off, and then we're going to come back with our white base coat. Okay, it's been about 10 or 15 minutes. As you can see, our sealer has flattened out. This doesn't look wet and it doesn't look shiny anymore. It's more like a matte finish right now. And that is telling us that it is ready to spray base coat on. Now in this car here, we will be blending the front door. We have a new back door, so we will be blending this front door here. We did not spray any sealer on the front door. It's already white. So I'm gonna go get my gun and I'm gonna show you how to spray your base coat. Okay, I've got my base coat. Now when we're spraying our base coat, we're going to want to do a 50% overlap. And this specifically is PPG Enviro-Base, which is a water-based paint. Now the first coat, whenever you're spraying water-based paint like this, is going to be a really light coat. You almost just want to mist it onto the panels. That way the second coat will have something to grab to. Okay, now we've got our first coat of base on our door here. As you can see, it laid out really nice and slick. Doing a 50% overlap at about 21 to 22 pounds of pressure on my Iwata Supernova. Now different guns are gonna vary on what pressure they like. What you're looking for is you're looking for a good pattern. You want it to be straight. You don't want it to be heavy on the top, heavy on the bottom, or heavy in the middle. You want it to be nice and even, and you want the droplets to come out. You want it to be very small and atomized. Now that we've got our door base, we're gonna walk back here and we're gonna start basing our quarter the same way, using a 50% overlap. And I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna blend this door. Another good tip is whenever you start basing something, hit all of your edges first. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start blending our door. Now, we're gonna spray a light coat of base on it, just like we did the rest of the panels, but we're not gonna spray the whole door. We're gonna blend blend it. So at the top here, we're gonna come out to maybe right here, and then we're gonna angle it back, and then we're gonna angle it back again, and that'll create a nice blend. You do not wanna stop your paint in a straight line whenever you're blending a panel. The object of it is to blend it so that nobody can see that it had been painted. Okay, now that we have our first coat of base on all of our panels, we're gonna give them like 10 or 15 minutes to dry. We're gonna put 2 more coats of our white base coat on, and then we're gonna come back with our pearl, and I'll show you how to spray that. Now, whenever you're blending a door like this, you wanna put 3 coats, and each coat you wanna stagger. So I went as far as I'm gonna go with my base coat on my first coat. So every coat after that, I'll do that same pattern that I did, but I'll keep it closer and closer to the back of this door. That'll let my base coat up here be a little more transparent, so when I spray my pearl, it'll lay into it nicely and you will never see where I painted. Okay, we're now done with our base coat. We're gonna give this 10 or 15 minutes to flash. We're gonna come back in with our pearl. Okay, our base coat is nice and dry. It's ready for our pearl. Okay, so now that our base is dry, it's ready for pearl. Got my pearl here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do 2 really light coats of pearl, just kind of mist it on back to back, and that'll be all I'll do. I'll also show you what I'm gonna do to my blend door with my pearl. Okay, now I'm gonna go right back over this with another light coat of pearl, but I'm not gonna do it in the same pattern. I'm gonna do it in more of a diagonal pattern across the panel. Okay, we're ready to spray pearl on our blend door. Now when I spray my pearl on my blend door, I'm gonna take my pearl further than I took my base, but I'm gonna do the same thing I did with the rest of the panels. I'm gonna go long ways, and I'm gonna go diagonal. That's pretty much it, and that's how you blend a panel with pearl. Now we're gonna give this another 10 to 15 minutes to dry, and then we'll be ready for our clear coat. Okay, now our base has been dry now for 10 to 15 minutes, and it's ready for clear. So I've got my clear here on my Sada 5500. Now when I'm spraying my clear, I like to do more of an 85% overlap. The first coat, you do not want to put the first coat on too heavy. After you put the first coat on, if you have any little dry looking spots or anything, don't worry about it. You'll get it on the second coat. You just want to put a good, nice first coat of clear on so the second coat will have something to stick to, and then the second coat will slow it down and really try to make it shine. Okay, our first coat of clear is on. We're gonna give it like 5 or 10 minutes or so for it to tack up. You want it to feel like a piece of tape. You don't want any sticky to come off on your finger, but you want it to be sticky like a piece of tape. And then we're gonna come back, put our second coat on, go a little slower, get it a little wetter, so we get a nice finish.